What's up? My name is C.E.F. and I hate webcomics.
Hi everybody, I'm Lorem and I draw webcomics. Or something.
Apparently.
We're fine.
Well, it's been a long time since we did one of these.
Yeah, since last December.
Wow, we are, totally on top of things. We're writing a musical together, that's why.
Yeah, and we have comics. And family.
I don't have a comic. What are you talking about? I don't even know what webcomics are. I'm just here.
There.
So, today's comic, we like it. And we're not going to describe to you viewers or listeners the plot, though, because the pages that it currently has are mostly exposition. And because of this, why would we just describe you what has happened already when you guys could go read it? We like this comic a lot.
And this comic is the Concord Initiative by GusCammisa on Comic Fury.
Yay!
It is... How did you put it? You called it something really good a couple minutes ago.
I called it sexy.
It is!
It's not sexy in the fact that it has sexual characters. It's sexy and just general mood. Everything is done so precisely and everything is done so correctly that it's just oh my god, I would die for this webcomic.
It's so pretty.
It has some of...
You go ahead.
It's in black and white, and a lot of black and white comics, they end up seeming kind of flat because the artist is afraid to do good contrast, but this one is not. Everything, there's space, it's just beautiful, and I die for it.
There's really good detail. The few colors that are there are used very sparingly, but very well. And the crowd scenes!
Oh my god.
It's every person is drawn in the crowd. It's not just an amorphous blob. It's people.
I can't even imagine how long crowd scenes like that would take. I can barely draw 3 people in a drawing together without it being way too much for me. Too much people, too much faces.
Oh my god. And then just like we said, it's mostly exposition, but on that note, so far they've brought up a lot of topics that are really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of the flaws in exposition heavy parts of comics are that it's just dragging along so that there's a basic idea, and it's not usually done in an interesting way, but this does it in an interesting way to keep the audience in and engaged.
With exposition, you either need to jump in head first and just have the information show up as you're going. Let the reader be confused and pick it up as they go along, which is my favorite way of doing it. Or you can do the long ago in a land far, far away and do the info dump.
Yeah.
One thing aside from the crowd scenes, another thing I like is how they differentiate the different speakers by specifically shaping speech bubbles. That's just a nice thing. Nice.
Another part of the art I like in this comic is that the designs, they're not so cartoony that it takes you out of it, that it removes any sense of drama or seriousness, but they're also not so realistic that there's no expression.
Yeah. And
it's just very nice.
It is very. And when you're going for a realistic style, I've noticed there's this... It's not the Uncanny Valley, it's the Gross Valley, which is right next to Uncanny Valley. It looks realistic, but it looks gross. Like WikiHow images.
I want to do a comic that's really in the WikiHow art. That would be high art. That's the only good type of art on Earth.
Don't they make WikiHow images from tracing over stock images or something?
Yes, very poorly.
Oh my god.
That's why it would be the best art style for a comic.
So take this as warning people, understand when maybe you should probably go for something stylized instead of something realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid WikiHow Valley.
I think I'm gonna go on a little tangent here. Something that always kind of annoyed me about like superhero comics is that their art is too realistic that it becomes to a point where it's not as expressive. There's no fun. There's no stretching out of the bounds. And that's sort of why I enjoy webcomics more, is because, well, the characters' faces, it's more like animation almost. Everything's more stretchy, it's more exciting, and they're more willing to take risks.
I completely agree. Though I would say that some comic artists really get it. There was one who did first comics of the new Ghost Rider run with Robbie Reyes. Oh my god, his art was beautiful. Like, not only was it really pretty and the fire was just so cool to look at, it was also very expressive. And he was right on that line that if it was more detailed, it would have looked bad. It looked really, really good where it was.
Mm-hmm. I just in general prefer like a more cartoony, less stiff style, and that's probably why I enjoy this comic so much.
Yee. If your character models aren't a little bit elastic, what are you doing?
Exactly. What's the point of art for comics if you're gonna just have hard characters? Just take photos of people, I guess.
I mean, I have seen people do that, and those ones that use like the 3D rendered models kind of do that.
Oh, we don't talk about those. Oh my god.
Okay, we won't talk about those. That being said, I am looking forward to some of the next pages I get to draw for Signs of 3. I get to be very rubber with the characters because it's going to be a chase scene.
Oh, yay. In Hydesman, for me, I enjoy like making characters squish in unnatural ways, but that's mostly just because I think my characters all deserve to be squished.
You're also a very squishy person, and I mean that in a love.
That's false.
C.E.F is squishy.
I'm not squishy. This comic is perfectly squishy.
The Concord Initiative, it's kind of sharp, but the characters are also very elastic, which is great.
Mm-hmm. It's just so nice.
You were sexy again, weren't you?
I had to limit myself to one sexy.
Oh, well, since the call signal seems to be going kind of icky, maybe we should wrap this up. Any last words about the comic for this time?
Short episodes are good, and this comic is even better.
The Concord Initiative is absolutely great, and we will make sure to put a link to it in the description below, so make sure if you guys like a lot of kind of gothic-y fantasy horror. Is it horror? I think it might be. But I would definitely go check it out if you like those things.
Stay tuned for episode 5!
Oh god, episode 5 is gonna be a doozy. But yeah, check out our links, and we'll see you guys next time.
Woo!